Ever wonder if there's a darker side to Christmas? While most of us are dreaming of Santa Claus, presents, and festive cheer, there's another, much more ancient figure lurking in the shadows of Yuletide tradition. He doesn't bring gifts, he brings punishment. Today we're diving into the chilling history of Krampus, Santa's demonic sidekick. So, who exactly is this horned, cloven-hoofed creature? Krampus's origins are believed to stretch back to pre-Christian pagan traditions in the Alpine regions of Europe, specifically countries like Austria, Germany, Hungary, and the Czech Republic. His name is thought to come from the German word Krampon, which means claw, and one look at him tells you why. He's often depicted as a half-goat, half-demon beast covered in dark fur with a long pointed tongue and sharp fangs. He carries a bundle of birch branches, not for decoration, but to swat naughty children. Sometimes he even has a basket or sack on his back, not for carrying presents, but for carting away the especially misbehaved kids, perhaps to his lair for a year or worse. These ancient traditions were all about balancing light and dark, good and evil. As winter approached, communities held rituals to ward off evil spirits. Krampus was likely one of these winter demons, personification of the harshness and fear associated with the cold, dark season. When Christianity spread across Europe, it tried to stamp out many of these pagan celebrations, but some, like the traditions surrounding Krampus, were too deeply rooted to disappear completely. Instead, they were absorbed and repurposed. This is where St. Nicholas comes into the picture. Krampus was transformed from a fearsome pagan demon into a companion of the kind and benevolent St. Nicholas. This created a fascinating good cop, bad cop dynamic for Christmas. While St. Nicholas would reward the good children with gifts on his feast day, December 6th, Krampus would accompany him to deal with the naughty ones. The night before St. Nicholas's Day, December 5th, became known as Krampusnacht, or Krampus Night. On this evening, the real Funor terror begins. In many Alpine towns, this tradition is still celebrated with a Krampusläufe, or Krampus run. Men dress up in elaborate, terrifying Krampus costumes, often weighing over 100 pounds and featuring hand-carved wooden masks. Real animal horns and shaggy pelts. They roam the streets, rattling chains and clanging cowbells, playfully menacing the crowds and chasing after anyone who looks like they might have been a little naughty that year. It's a loud, chaotic, and thrilling spectacle that's part parade, part haunted house, and completely unique. This tradition of pairing a saintly figure with a menacing counterpart was indeed exclusive to just Krampus and St. Nicholas. In other parts of Europe, you'll find similar characters. In the Netherlands and Belgium, St. Nicholas has Zwarte Piet, or Black Pete. In France, there's Persephone, which translates to Father Whipper, who also accompanies St. Nicholas to punish disobedient children. These figures all serve the same purpose, to remind kids that their behavior had consequences, and that not everyone gets a gift just for showing up. It was a way of reinforcing social morals and discipline, using folklore as a tool for parenting. During the 12th century, Catholic Church attempted to ban Krampus celebrations because of his resemblance to the devil. Later, during the Inquisition, any festivities involving horned figures were suppressed. Even as recently as the 1930s, Austria's conservative government condemned the tradition as sinful and tried to get rid of it. But Krampus proved to be incredibly resilient. He just kept coming back. One of the things that helped keep his legend alive was a popular trend in the 1800s. People started sending Krampuskarten, Krampus greeting cards. These cards featured colorful and often humorous illustrations of Krampus. The message was usually Gruß vom Krampus, which means greetings from Krampus. Some showed him stuffing children into his sack. Others depicted him chasing after them with his bundle of sticks. And some were even a bit romantic, showing Krampus interacting with women in a slightly flirtatious, albeit creepy way. These cards were a huge hit and spread the image of Krampus far beyond the Alpine villages. So, how did this terrifying Christmas demon make his way into modern pop culture, especially in North America? For a long time, Krampus was virtually unknown outside of Europe. American Christmas traditions were largely shaped by the more sanitized, cheerful image of Santa Claus. Popularized by works like Clement C. Moore's poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" and Coca-Cola's famous ad campaigns, there was no room for a chain-rattling, child-snatching demon in this festive vision. But in the early 2000s, thanks to the internet, things started to change. Articles, blog posts, and videos began to surface, introducing Krampus to a whole new audience. People were fascinated by this dark, twisted alternative to the mainstream Christmas narrative. He started appearing in TV shows like Supernatural, Grimm, and the Venture Brothers. Then came the movies. The 2015 horror comedy film Krampus was a major breakout, solidifying his place in the pop culture lexicon as the anti-Santa. Today, Krampus is more popular than ever. Cities across the United States now host their own Krampus parades and parties. He's become a symbol for those who enjoy a darker, more mischievous take on the holiday season. He represents a rebellion against the sometimes overwhelming commercialism and forced cheerfulness of modern Christmas. He reminds us that there's a history to these holidays that's much deeper, stranger, and more complex than what we see in department store windows. Krampus taps into a fundamental human need for balance. In a season that's all about light, joy, and goodness, he provides the darkness, fear, and a touch of wildness. He's a throwback to a time when winter was a genuinely dangerous and frightening season, and when folklore was used to explain the unexplainable and to enforce community values. He is the shadow that makes the light of Christmas shine even brighter. So this holiday season, as you're hanging your stockings and listening to carols, maybe spare a thought for old Krampus. He's a living piece of history, a reminder that traditions evolve and that sometimes the most interesting stories are the ones lurking just beneath the surface of what we think we know. Whether you see him as a terrifying monster or a festive anti-hero, one thing is for sure. Krampus has clawed his way back into our collective consciousness, and it looks like he's here to stay. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark side of Christmas, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history and folklore. Let us know in the comments if you have any Krampus traditions where you're from. Stay curious, and have a wonderfully wicked holiday season.